In fact, this eye right here, look, it's like it's looking to the right. Now I see it right. Look, that's the eye, and this is the other eye. See, it's tilted to the right, like it's telling somebody to look at that way. He think it's some kind of reptilian race. He thought the same thing I did. But since I know a lot more now about that geometry, I can tell the guy that he's looking at it wrong. His name is Ron Stewart, an optical physicist. He invented him and Ron Newsbeck, or Newsek. They invented the advanced photoextraction process and the photopenetrating process, PPP. They can look into images and use X-ray and see inside a craft. So now I know there are visitors, but those are few and far between. He thinks that they come to this planet for the tour or something. Because some of those entities were restrained inside the objects. See, when you see all this deal, then you have to start asking yourself why this thing is made this way and why all those deals. And you have to think about all of this. Look, there's eyes everywhere. Look at that. This is like a reptilian looking eye with a really slanted pupil. Like that. And the other companion eye is right here, look. Slanted too. Oh, that's what it appears to look like. Look. But some look menacing, some look angry, some look, like looking at you with sorrow. Like I say, it's like emotions are being, and all of that is done with hands. Just think about the kind of knowledge that you have to have of geometry and everything else, mathematical knowledge, to do a three-dimensional thing, because they're all 3D. They match in every which way that you can think of. Only a guy can do that kind of tricks, because it's all perfect. You don't see mistakes anywhere. Create ghostly figure, create animals, create all of that made with hand shapes. Look, there is some kind of figure right there that look like a human with 2 feet, look, in a long shirt or robe. Look, like that. Then you see, but then when you look at how it's made, look, there is a hand right there. So, see? But it matches so perfect. And then see, look at the pair of eyes with the headdress. So look at that. It's like a shadowy eyes, then you see the real eyes, or what would be a pair of eyes. It's just that when you really look at it and you realize this thing is none of that. It is and it's not. See, look at this bigger pair of eyes up here. I can tell you there are eyes everywhere in there. Look, you can, if you count them, you will lose count. There's eyes every freaking where, but all of it is made with hands. See, even these smoky looking stringy things, those are fingers. All of them are fingers. Look, they bend and they all have, see, they irradiate from one point. Oh, that's another thing. See, and they, like a Christmas tree, but it's made out of hands. Look. And they not only straight, but they bend, and the same hand is in different positions, like you opening and doing this motion with the picture. Let's say like you sequence, like you move the arm up and down and you take frames, and you know, that's how that is too. The knowledge that you have to create that and then etch it on the skin of the moon and make it glassy and then make it, you know, light diffracts through all that shit that it produces its own light. I mean, that kind of knowledge, man, that's only a guy can do that. This moon is really, this solar system really is like a jewel. It's like a art. It's like a badass art class. A major jewelry. You see all these jewels. Every single part of the solar system, and it makes sounds on top of that frequency. So I imagine that the aliens that have high-tech deal, they can detect this shit from so far away. Say, oh my God, there is a deal up there. We got to look at it. We got to check it out. Then when they see the EMB, they say, don't mess with that. That's God's deal. That's the one that made us too. See, look at this right here. That's a finger. That is a finger. Look at the tip. It's a dark fingernail. And it's everything else too. I can decode that. That's the thumb. Or, see, look, and then you see the fingers right here, all bent. Look at that. That's what that is. It's a hand like that. Like hitchhiking, giving the thumbs up like, but that's not really what that means. That means it's holding the cylinder that contains the divine laws of the universe. The cylinder. It is very elaborated. It has some and these all be hands holding more hands and more hands. That's how that. It's just a symbolic deal. But see how this thing is etched like that? And look, you see how double, triple, and then you see this tool that comes across here, then it bends down, and you see this one coming out, and it makes, oops, that, and the shiny part here and here. Well, I can decode all of that, and it's all the same thing. The main thing is all hands. And then they create figures. It's right there. Look. See how these two shiny deals relate to the entire image. See, look. There's an eye right there. They create eyes. they create everything else too. See, that look like a statue and all of that. It is and it's not. From far away, that's what that looked like, or it was meant to look like. But then when you look at it close, say, oh, it's not that. But see how this deal is all, see, look, this is a, like I say, this is a social, wow, man, it's all lined up so correctly. It gives me chills in the spine, man, to see, look, all these bright deals. See, look at that. You just start tracing lines to see how they relate, and you come up with the mathematical solution, essentially. Some look like a lattice, you know, and it creates this, I mean, it's just incredible, man. That's all I can tell you. To appreciate this, you have to really study the image methodically. Look at that round, almost round thing with a triangle in the middle, like that. That is incredible. Look at that. Then you see this enormous fingernail right there. Look, wow. Exactly like it would be on your the middle finger, or the thumb. And see how the shiny part that makes it look like on a fingernail. You put a fingernail under a lion, you will see the shiny, you know, what do you call that? The keratin in a fingernails. It shines like on a beetle. Same type of deal. So look at that right there. You can see this. If you look at it, just one thing, you don't know what to make sense of that. But when you know the shape, then you start putting it together and say, oh, that's what that is. Oh, okay. See, it's like they know how to do the etching. And then you see, it's all, like I said, the basic shape of everything is a hand, and you see it on galaxy. What you see here isn't the same on a nebula or a galaxy. And up there is in a 3-dimension. Well, they create a 3-dimensionality here by doing layer over layer over layer. That's what you see there. This is amazing, man, like I say. See, look, that's a picture on a curvature. So look at that. Look at the geometry in layers. So that moon is not all round and flat. No. This is deep, a carved down deal. This part right here. Like I say, it's like a jewel, a built jewel, like kick-ass. I mean, with design that you would know, you cannot replicate that if you don't know how to do this. You have to be a god too to recreate that. That's not a broken anything. It was made like that. Richard Hoagland keeps saying